Hello everyone, my name is Veritas and welcome back to Destiny. Now today is Friday, that means that Xur, an exotic merchant, is somewhere in the tower, or a social space rather, and this week he happens to be over by the speaker, across from him by the large door in Tower North, from what I can tell, thanks to the internet. Not lying to me this week, thankfully. Let's see what he's got. I'll recommend some stuff for you. Get through this faster than last week, because I took a long time. It is not good. It doesn't look good, gentlemen. First things first, here's the Legacy Engram. This will turn into a Year 1 heavy weapon, so Yaller Horn, super good advice, things along those lines. ACDO Feedback Fence is the Titan exotic this week. Decent roll on that, not great, but not terrible. Overall, the exotic itself is pretty bad, so I don't recommend picking it up unless you need it for collection's sake. The Hunter exotic is the Graviton Forfeit. Decent helmet. Grants Shade Step for the Night Stalker subclass, so if you want that, go ahead and pick that up. The Warlock exotic this week is the Heart of Praxic Fire. Interesting exotic effect there. When Radiance is active, increase agility and decrease ability cooldowns. Decent chess piece for Sunsingers, but there are better alternatives to that. Recommendation? Not really, but it does have an interesting combination of perks here. You'll see that it has Intellect and Discipline increase. It'll always have Discipline, I believe. I think it'll always have Discipline. It has Auto Rifle and Sniper Rifle ammo, but it also has Solar Burn Defense, so you take less damage from solar sources. So for like a Solar Burn week, you would take normal damage while you dish out double damage. So a good combination of perks there if you so choose to pick that one up. And the weapon this week is the Thunderlord. This is an exotic machine gun that shoots arc bullets. It also does some fun stuff. It has Feeding Frenzy. It also looks incredibly good. It's one of the better looking exotics because it doesn't have a bunch of randomness on it. It's just an electric machine gun, black and blue. Pretty good. Lightning rounds. This weapon fires faster and more accurately the longer the trigger is held. It also has a hidden perk, Firefly. It will intermittently or randomly explode into arc Firefly on headshot kills. If you're so lucky to get that to happen. So, overall, a pretty bad inventory this week. I don't recommend any of these things, to be honest with you, unless you need them for collection's sake. Otherwise, save your coins for Age of Triumph if you need them for something along the lines there. Moving down to curios, you have your Plasma Drive and your Stealth Drive. These two can be used to upgrade rare quality sparrows. The blue sparrows you can buy from the Vanguard or Crucible Quartermasters can be upgraded with these to turn them legendary quality, and they unlock variants inside the Sparrow kiosk for your record book if you so choose to want to get that node unlocked. Moving over to the Heavy Ammo Synthesis, you have 3 for 1 or 10 for 3. 10 for 3 is obviously a better deal. Pick these up, turn them into factions for faction reputation. I recommend holding onto these until after Age of Triumph when there's new stuff from the factions to acquire, and having the Nightfall buff give you a 25% bonus to whatever reputation or experience gains you're getting. Be a better idea to hold on to this until after you have the new Nightfall buff on top of you in terms of, stacking effects like that. Moving to 3 of Coins, stackable effect here. Speaking of that, this stackable effect works along the lines of this. If you're doing strikes, say, burn 1 3 of Coins at the beginning of the strike. By the time you get to the end, it will have been on you long enough to have 100% potency. When you kill the Ultra at the end of the strike, it will have a chance to drop an exotic engram. If it does not drop an exotic engram, use another one thereafter that kill. You now have a better chance of getting it. You need to have a certain amount of time between using it and killing an Ultra, so using it right before the boss dies, you're not getting the most out of the 3 of Coins, so just a good amount of time is 1 Crucible match duration or 1 strike duration. Completing a Crucible match or a killing an Ultra will net you the chance to get one of these to drop. So just have 15 of these in your inventory. Use 1, go through a strike, kill the boss. If you don't get an exotic, use another one, go through the strike, kill the boss. Repeat until you get an exotic engram. Fun stuff like that. Glass needles can be used to re-roll exotic armors. So if you really want these feedback fence, but you say, hey, this is a shitty roll on it, go ahead and buy these and some glass needles and twist the fate. It will change the perks around. Some things have to have certain perks or cannot get certain perks. Certain exotics also will always have certain stat rolls. This one I believe will always have strength. It is a gauntlet. I believe that's what it is. Taking damage from a melee source deals damage to the area around you. This is a melee-based exotic, technically, so I think it will always have strength, so don't try to get one with intellect discipline. I don't know if it can or can't. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I know something like probably the Heart of Praxic Fire will always have discipline because grenade cooldowns and things like that. But yeah, you can re-roll armor with glass needles. They're very expensive. I don't recommend them ever. Speaking of things I don't ever recommend, Motes of Light. This exchange rate is the worst in the game. I don't recommend it ever. Never do this. But moving into exotic shards, if you need these for exotic armors, upgrading things like that, or weapons, whatever uses these. I don't even remember what uses these. I will show you now how to duplicate these much cheaper than 7 strange coins. But speaking of that, this is where Zer is. That is what he has. I recommend picking up nothing, holding on to your stuff until next week. Unless, of course, you want to pick up some of those drives for your sparrows if you so choose to complete the collection page of your Age of Triumph record book if you're going to go for 100% completion. I know I'm going to try for it. Will it happen? Probably not. Moving into the weapon kiosk here down by the Vanguard, go ahead and use that exotic shard to purchase a Truth rocket launcher or any Year 2 heavy weapon, excluding swords. I believe swords do not work for this because they're weird with their experience things. Go ahead and equip that Truth rocket launcher. Now you can either use a class item that has increased rocket launcher upgrade rate, or you can use a telemetry from the gunsmith. The gunsmith can sell heavy, primary, and special ammo telemetries or weapon telemetries. They're very cheap, 250 glimmer a piece. I don't have any of those, so I'll be using a class item. Go ahead and burn through 6 Motes of Light for your Truth rocket launcher. That will fully upgrade the rocket launcher. It now is full of experience. Don't have to click on anything. It's full of nonsense. Go ahead and unequip and dismantle this, and now your 1 exotic shard that you purchased for 7 strange coins will turn into 2 exotic shards, some motes, and weapon parts, as well as some glimmer back for you. The cheapest alternative to buying exotic shards is duplicating them there. The only limiting factor is how much glimmer you have, and pretty much how much motes you have, how many motes you have there. So that's my recommendations this week. I'd hold on to everything. Don't buy it if you don't need it, type deal. Exotic shards, fun stuff. Curios wise, I'd buy some weapon or vehicle upgrades if you were looking to complete your collections next week. And speaking of next week, next Tuesday is Age of Triumph's launch date. It will be going live at 1 p.m. Eastern or 10 a.m. Pacific. That being said, there probably won't be a weekly update video, or weekly reset video rather, like there usually is on Tuesday, because the activities, like Nightfalls and stuff, won't be accessible until after the Age of Triumph update goes live in the afternoon for me. That being said, there might be one that night or on Wednesday. Depends on how I plan on doing that update information. I might just make a video on Age of Triumph's activities in general and forego the weekly reset video. I might do both. I don't really know. So keep an eye on the channel for Tuesday, maybe around Wednesday. I will keep you updated on Twitter. Speaking of that, link in the description for Twitter and Twitch if you want to see me stream at random, things like that. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you on Tuesday for Age of Triumph. Good luck, have fun, all that good stuff. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm going to be in that Silver Dust kiosk buying a bunch of shit because I want some things. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, I really much appreciated. And as always, until next time.